Alright, well I guess we don't have to do any big intro. I guess for anyone watching right now, we can do a second intro after, but welcome to X Television. It is a bonus Sunday night matchup, a rescheduled match that was initially set for tomorrow, Monday. The normal match day, it is rescheduled for this evening, so we get bonus action here on Oscar night. And my name is Getawhale, and I'm joined by my man. His name is Cole, and you know him from, you know him if you watch our Highlander podcast. And if you don't watch that, who are you?
Yeah, you
What's
should get
up,
on.
Cole?
You should get on that. What's up there? Get a while.
You're a guy that we don't get to hear from too much. You're usually behind the scenes. You're usually doing all the great production stuff, and you don't get to talk. You have to sit there the whole time and be quiet. But we're actually live. We started this match, and you do get to talk tonight. So I'm glad that you're here for this. It is Gentlemen's Club, and it's SyOps. And how are you feeling? It's a Borneo match.
Feeling pretty good. I like Borneo. Borneo, of course, was made by our lovely friend Highlander and his friend. I misplaced his other friend's name that designed the map, but this is a lovely map. I like playing it. Played a bunch of TF2 center, lobbies and stuff. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are two great teams. These are teams that are both 4-1 right now in UGC, and so kind of a lot on the line. We're past the halfway point now in the season, and kind of every match sort of becomes more and more important as we get closer to playoffs. And I know that these teams are probably thinking about this. Two pretty evenly matched squads. Valen, who you just talked about, is tagged up as Bathroom King this evening. And a few little fill-ins and backups from what we understand. Not a whole lot, but I guess just some off-classing. We'll talk a bit about that. But first on offense, it's going to be the gang on SyOps. So we'll see what kind of action we have. And it looks like they're not going to wait. Typically, this offense, they're going to come right up this left side around this house here, most commonly. But look at this. We have already Nico Jim's climbing up, getting his little mini. Will boost himself up. And pretty quick out of the gate is SyOps.
Yeah, no, of course I got a nice little headshot there on the SyOps is heavy. I think that's no. Yeah, but that allowed them to make a really nice push up the first point here.
Yeah, so we're seeing, we'll just touch on some of the strange off classes that we have right now. Kozen playing the heavy weapons guy. We have, what else? Deadbolt is going to be demo for GC. Arthur going to be playing medic. So definitely a kind of a strange new little look. We have Ubers popped here though, right around this first point. And this first point not capped yet. We'll guess what the fallout's going to be from this Uber exchange here. Seems like, though, SyOps maybe getting what they want. They keep their heavy up. Still a lot of pressure here around the corner. Trying to move that card up, though, and they want to get this first cap. Looks like now, Gentlemen's Club in the red with 4 players up. It's time to back the hell up and hope they can get a second point defense. And do they have time to get this up here?
I think they might have some time to get up there as long as they have their power classes being able to, stymie their push a little bit.
Well, there goes Max getting a headshot on Milo. That's just the scout. That'll help. Anytime you have Max in there behind sniping is good, but we got Dog Floaties, my man, the spy on blue, grabs a stab there, taking out Valen, the engineer, and that helps. And almost now pushing off of that is SyOps. You're kind of making it happen over here in this little house area. And here comes the power classes, and they're going to push way up, and this is going to be a real quick second cap here, Cole.
Yeah, this is a pretty strong move by SyOps to make this a strong push right now. It's showing a lot of their dominance early in the game.
This is a fantastic time, 2:02 so far on 2 points, and I don't know, for, we talked about Valen on Gentlemen's Club being the guy who's behind so much of this map. Not a very strong defense yet. I think that SyOps just sort of throwing this GC team off their game. And we've got a little heavy v heavy action right now. Hiding behind the rock was Kozen. I don't know, not looking so bad on heavy. What do you make of this kind of shift around on the classes here by Gentlemen's Club? What do you think is behind that?
Well, I think the shift is really going to hurt them in the long end. They definitely have to make some adjustments on how the team's going to mesh together and the roles of players that they're used to doing. And I was just watching a little exchange here between both the medics that popped their Uber, and Red had popped theirs late and ended up getting Blue's medic Lidyaxa. So it's going to give them a significant Uber advantage.
Yeah, so maybe now stalling out just a little bit, not too much, but still making fantastic time, and got to hand it to the pushing classes on SyOps. They're doing a great job pushing along. We've got Sharp Shot now trying to do some work here, the heavy for the SyOps team, trying to push up into this house. And Cole, another thing we can talk about is that this is a bit of a new look Borneo. There have been recent changes, and a lot of them, for the most part, are around this area. Some more sort of platforms and areas to get into. Have you played the new Borneo much?
I have. I played the new version as a couple of different classes. I like how they've opened up a few new areas, and it's a really interesting map.
We've got the Uber pop now. In comes Liddy, grabbing the pack, just kind of taking in Cygnus, the Pyro, and Cygnus is pretty dangerous, healing up the demo now. The cart is not moving. It is just kind of sitting there, and so on this payload map, and actually now we've got a play in behind. Ash came in and picked out Liddy, and so down goes the medic. A big pick there for Ash playing soldier.
Yeah, Ash is a terrific soldier, one of the best bombers that I've known so far.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, I don't think that too many of these guys will be outside of their comfort level off-classing, because they're very skilled. As we see Akuma picked out a little stab, maybe not a 2K, but got a couple people down there before going down himself. And we are still just kind of waiting now at this sort of revamped third point. And so, oh, down goes Corsa. Max picking out Corsa, the sniper for SyOps. And so, right now, the team Gentlemen's Club, they're the red guys and girls. No, just guys. They're just kind of chilling here, and they've got their defense set up, I guess, that they want. Valen has had the chance to sort of catch his breath, set up here, and I guess he's probably the insider. If anyone knows about this map, it's him. And here comes the red Uber. Heavy's upstairs, just kind of totally ignored in behind, and the spy there as well. Down goes the medic. That's Arthur playing medic for GC, and we got 3 players up. SyOps. One of them is Corsa, though, who's going to try to maybe get a little headshot here.
Yeah, I think they're now the time is to pounce on that. Blues now is back on the Uber advantage, where they were on the deficit before. I think this would be a good time to make their big push for the next point.
It's an advantage with Crits Creek cold, and so Blue definitely want to get something to happen, and maybe putting it on the shoulders of Kapow, playing demo for them. I'm assuming that the demo is going to probably get this crits, and so crit watch. It's the crit watch.
It is a crit watch. I'm on the demo camera right now.
They're at 85, getting a 90% now, and Dog Floaty's the spy and trying to make a play, maybe distract a little bit. Let's watch and see this. Are we going to pop it? Are we going to pop the crits? Pop the crits, and Liddy does not want to drop this, and feeling now spam coming down those stairs. Not sure if this is the best idea now to go with the crits, but putting it on the shoulders of, let's see if it is going to be. Looks like it will be Kapow.
Yeah, here we go.
They pop it, here goes, and that mini sentry up there, I want to take that out, and the NG. A lot of ground to cover. Oh, they get the big pick there. Not getting the medic, though, as Arthur stays up with full Uber, who now pops, and that was real close. Kapow was painfully close to picking out the med there, didn't do it.
Yeah, that crit sticky was just, it seemed just like a few meters away from missing that medic pick.
Everyone's alive now, or everyone's dead, sorry, except for Liddy. They're just getting the respawns now, and so kind of rough luck there. Some kind of game chat shenanigans going on. So far, I'm looking at the top of the scoreboard, and Sharp Shot has been having a hell of a little round so far on heavy for SyOps. Although they have been kind of stalled out, and I mean, we look at that cart, the cart just still sitting there, and now actually moving backwards. And so maybe this reworked third point, maybe a tough one to push through, we're seeing.
Yeah, let's hope they don't stalemate too much, because I think that's one of the things that can ruin a push on a Highlander is if you lose your momentum, it's really hard to get it back.
Yeah, and so still here now, Corsa actually got a bit of revenge on Max, and so Max the sniper is down, which means there's big old sniper lanes now that these blue folks can stand in, and it looks like they're trying to get this push. They've got Uber, Liddy coming in with it. Little 4-man push, and oh my goodness, Corsa got a big headshot. They pop, they come right in, and they really want to push this cart now. I think this might be the time for GC, although they have their own Uber. They're going to try to challenge here, and I'm wondering, are they going to stay in, or are they going to back out? And look at this, a lot of heat, and that's... and down goes Arthur. That's the medic for GC. A little bloodbath here, but I'm watching that cart, and guess what? It's still still didn't move. Someone needs to grease the wheels. The cart cold.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with it.
I agree with that, Getawhale. I think that Uber push should have... They should have made a real hard push for the other medic because Ham was just, seconds away from another Uber charge to counter them, and their blue Ubers, Liddy's Uber got spread out, I think, a little too much and didn't have a chance to get out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, maybe certainly not their main medic. Arthur, of course, tagged up as a bonus. Ham, that's who's been playing the medic. And a little push now. We got my man Dog Floaties, who I like to call him Doug Fluties, who plays Spy for SyOps, famous football player. But he's in behind now with his little dead ringer, trying to make something happen, and gets in behind the front lines and wondering, is he going to try to pick someone out here? He wants Max. Who doesn't want to pick on Max? Causing some havoc in behind. Meanwhile, Blue has their full Uber, and I think they're getting ready to do something with it.
Yeah, Max being considered one of the top snipers in North American Highlander. He's a big threat you want to take out right away.
Yeah, absolutely. And so holding on to this Uber right now, and I guess maybe just kind of waiting for, waiting for an appropriate pick, waiting for the right time to come in with this. 8:34 was the time, by the way, after 3 points. And so certainly now SyOps, setting this time, they want to set a good time. They want to make a good impression and sort of put the pressure on GC. But GC have a solid defense up. Let's see what they can do. They want to take that gun out first, and getting separated was Liddy. Luckily, though, keeping Cow up. A lot of people taking a lot of damage here. There's 3 down, and Liddy goes down for the blue team, and that's not good. We got 2 left up for SyOps, and I think it's safe to call that a disastrous push for those guys.
I'll definitely agree with that one. Scout died on the cart trying to get that push in while the Uber happened. Didn't seem like they were able to make much out of that Uber, fortunately.
Yeah, and so still now the cart's going to be moving backwards a little bit. It's just kind of in this little famous kind of area. This last push, not the easiest thing. As we kind of look at the defense here, we can see that level 3 gun is up. That walking heavy, the walking sentry gun, as I like to call him, Kozen, he's doing his thing. It's a big wide open area, and that makes it difficult because you can spread out your defense a lot, can't you?
Yeah. It's a big wide open area. I think it's one of the different lasts in payload that I really admire about this map.
There's a lot of space and there's a lot of room, though. It can kind of work in your favor. Oh, we see. I was gonna see if Corsa, the sniper, could do anything on the right side, kind of sneaking in. But if you're the blue team pushing in here on offense, as Liddy just gets her Uber there, and they're going to be using it probably any moment. It gets forced there and has no one left to heal. Look at this. Liddy just kind of bouncing around, and that is unlucky, and I don't know, man. They're going to maybe have to consider doing this without Uber right now. They're losing a lot, though. Lots going down all over the place. 5 players up, but there's 4 up for GC. Down goes the Heavy. I don't know. Should they try to just inch this along? Scout's going to come down. That's Milo, and see what he can do. Spy's in 2. That's Dog. Floaties. I don't know. Obviously, Red going to get the respawns here, and still a big old guns.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but I was on the flank as Lidyax was trying to get out of there. There was a scout and soldier that pushed the flank and was able to get, I think, 3 or 4 classes on that side while no one was looking.
So yeah, certainly maybe struggling now with this last point. And SyOps, again, on this Borneo map, they're setting the time. And when you're setting that time, you don't want to take forever with it, but they are just encountering trouble. A really great defense. And we talked about Valen. He's tagged up as Bathroom King, the red engineer. He knows what he's doing here. And you got to think he's probably set sort of the ideal spot for the gun. It looks pretty well. I don't think it's gone down since he built it, and so this SyOps team having pressure, or having trouble pressuring, and here they come again. They want to target that gun, and they want backup. Look at this, taking the gun down, the pro Valen. And so he rescue rangered it out of there. Blue gonna back up again, and I don't know, they're coming in on flanks, and they're shooting at stuff, and then backing out, and that cart just still sits there. So
yeah,
tough situation.
Well, I don't know if it has to do with their pick classes not doing their job, or because you want to see their wrench enthusiast, Mr. Valen, going down, but because being able to pick up that gun and teleport is just such a huge advantage.
Yeah, Liddy's down right now for SyOps, and so again, we're going to be looking at a situation without Uber. But I also saw, actually, just getting a respawn now is Arthur. So the Ubers aren't going to be too far away, but still, that gun just sitting there. And when it comes under heat, Valen is just rescue rangering it out. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to take out kind of at the same time here on this last point. You need to sort of be aware of where the combo is, the big power classes on red, where their sniper is. Spy might be in behind you. You got the gun there. It's a lot to do at once.
Well, let's see see if I can get on Corsa here and see if I can get some action on a really good pick. Yeah, he gets Kozen down. Gets a headshot on Max.
That'll do it. Yeah, yeah. Who have you been seeing more among the snipers so far? Has it been Max or Corsa for you?
I haven't been really seeing a lot of action between the two of them. Max just doesn't seem like he's getting a lot of sight lines, and Corsa just he's doing okay. I just don't see him doing a lot of work. One of the benefits of this map, I think, are a lot of the adjusted sight lines to kind of handicap the snipers a little bit, which I think is a plus for Highlander.
Yeah, down goes Corsa there, speaking of, and we've got Uber's exchanged, and still trying to crack this egg. We still got Valen up, though, and he's still just healing that gun, but it's way back in behind, and so he's maybe protecting it a little bit now, but geez, he can still shoot stuff with it. And he's still up. I mean, I don't know how many times he has died. We've got 2 up on SyOps, and we're starting to run out of time now. We're looking at a minute 50 for this SyOps team, and they definitely want to cap all points. It's certainly not impossible for them to come back and defend last like this as well. But if they can cap this last, they're in a lot better position. They don't want to leave it uncapped. Sort of leaving the door open then for GC if they come in this second round of this. GC can just cap them all and win. But we'll see how this plays out. There's still a lot of time there, a minute and 20. Problem though is GC going to have their Uber first, so that's something to look at. Let's watch the combo of Gentleman's Club in the red and see where they're holding. See how they react with this Uber as Ash goes down to a stab from Dog Floaties.
Yeah, well, I think one of the great strategies that's going on right now is you see that when SyOps pushes in, is they immediately try and go for that gun and then see what they can kind of work out with their Uber later, and then red will pop right after that and take out their combo, and thus the push is negated. But it looks like it's the other way around, as red pop first. Yeah,
and so it's going to be real important to see how this goes, because SyOps is going to run out of time otherwise. We got a lot going down. Max got a headshot there on Kapow. Liddy goes down. Lots are down. There's 2 players left up, and all they've got in there still is now just Mr. Doug Floaties himself. And they've got Tic Tac actually as well, a very skilled soldier who's just going to try. I mean, he's sacked and finally goes down. Dog Floaties is just kind of sitting in there, trying to pick out a stab, but with 20 seconds left, I don't know if you can coordinate it, and he gets picked out there. So looking like time may run out here, Cole.
Yeah, it looks like time's going to run out, but I really wanted to commend Tic Tac for an amazing play he made to almost salvage that cart push if it weren't for the last people watching cart on the flank side.
Yeah, and so it's going to break down here. It still is possible. We're in overtime, but now 3 players left up, and this may be it as the time ticks down. And so, not capping all points, the SyOps team, they had trouble getting in there. We're going to switch sides now. Gentlemen's Club are going to be able to go on offense. And I don't know, Cole, I mean, give me your thoughts. What do you think that we have to see here out of SyOps? Are there any kind of interesting plays or strategies, or how should they be playing this, I guess, to hold this Gentlemen's Club team to just the 3 points?
Well, I think they're gonna have to work on their communication, make sure they can kind of keep Gentlemen's Club corralled. I think that's going to be a big deal. As long as they don't get flustered and have too many things to manage, I think they'll give them a pretty good solid defense.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
As you said before, they're very talented platinum players all across the board. Duke Floaties. What is
Doug Floaties.
Doug Floaties. He's one of the favorite.
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Floaties. He's one of my favorite spies too. I like watching his plays. I did one of a cast with him before. I was just overall generally impressed. I think he was in silver at that time. Just like seeing him in platinum now, where he belongs.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, and I like a lot of these people on all these teams, but let's see how they play it. And looks like some of the guys here on GC going out right side, which is a little, I guess mostly the flanking classes, but they're going to see what they can do. Max is down already, going down to a bomb from Tic Tac, and so that is, we can call an important player down, absolutely. Max so dangerous. Coming up the left side here, look at this. Ash is coming in, and we got the Spy as well. That's Akuma getting in behind, and they're looking to cause some havoc. Maybe looking for big picks, and Akuma, there's a big pick, gets Corsa. And so these flankers doing what they need to do, and my goodness, it's almost exclusively Ash here behind this rock, and the rest of GC now in blue, they're going to follow in behind.
Looks like the blue medic finally came out of spawn, as they may be trying to make their big push right now.
Yeah, certainly. So Arthur wants to hold on to this Uber here and may have to pop first, but it's fine if they can push the cart far enough and, I guess, get enough picks. But here we go now. Popping first, it's Cygnus coming in. Big Sig with the Pyro Uber. And now I think Liddy going to have to... Liddy kind of in dire straits going down there. And so the cart is moving along. Heavy's still there. Down goes Sharp Shot, though, and I think it's time now for SyOps to get out. It's getting out time.
I don't know if you saw that, but Corsa got a really great headshot, or not a headshot, a big body shot on, oh jeez, on Ham. who's Ham again? Arthur.
Arthur tagged up this hand. Yep.
My apologies for that.
So,
yeah, I got a big body shot on Arthur before he was able to get that Uber off for that first point push, but it looks like they're able to do that without an Uber.
Yeah, so I'm looking now at the engineer, Nico Jims, and lucky for him, he's getting a little defense up, but it's kind of a race now for him to get that gun up, but the big power class is now going to come out and use their big body. Max, though, picking out Cygnus. But these red players on the SyOps, they've really got to hope for a long hold at this second point. You know, the longer you leave it, maybe the worse off you are, so the earlier you can get maybe a really good hold. But look at this, though. I mean, we've got just crazy pushing from all of GC, and they've got Uber. They're going to cap this point. Oof, maybe not right away, though. They're certainly going to cap it, but maybe not right this second. It seems like...
You're going to think about it.
Yeah, well, maybe, but still just a level 1 gun up, though, for Nico Jims, who's still working on getting that going. Kind of the Uber coming in just in time for Lydia, so I've got to hand it to those guys for, I guess, pushing folks off the point. And it looks like now that maybe they will stabilize a little bit. They've got Sharp Shot. He was over in the house doing a little bit of work. So let's see, how is Gentleman's Club? How are they going to play this? How are they going to take it? Are they going to come around far right side? Are they just kind of waiting right now? And again, we mentioned so many of these guys off-classing. It's so weird seeing Kozin on heavy, but that's what we got. You know, that's what they're doing tonight.
Well, I was betting that they were going to wait on Max to get a really big push before they made or a really big pick before they made their push. Oh God, I'm just so tongue-tied.
Yeah.
And
easy to say.
Easy for me to say. I'm just a camera guy. But Max got taken out by Doug Fluties.
Right. That name's going to catch on now, and I'm going to take all the credit. I think he likes it. I've become a big fan of his just because of the nickname. The nickname, this is not a lie, not a word of a lie. It came to me in a dream. Max there picks out Pal. I don't know why I was having dreams about UGC players, but I had a dream where I was calling him Doug Fluties, and it came true in real life. We have 4 players up for that SyOps team as my man Doug goes down. And finally, this cap going down, 434. But let's not forget, and if you're just joining us, we had a hell of a hold on this third point in the previous round by Gentleman's Club. SyOps capped the first 2 points on this map in 2 minutes 2 seconds, and then they sat here at third for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. It felt like it was a hell of a hold, so we may see that again. It'll be really important, I think, how this point plays out. Probably more important than the second point.
And on the third point here, it looks like they're practicing a little bit of poetry, because I've seen a bit of rhyming going on with the Uber's exchange here on the mid left side here before the third point. And also, if you'll note, at the last exchange, as SyOps was pushing last time, or no, as Gentleman's Club was Oh boy, I've got names turned around. As SyOps was pushing last time, they had the first 2 points capped very quickly before they got to this point.
Certainly, and I've got to wonder, is it going to be a factor here, the sort of map advantage that Valen had? We know that Valen, we talked about it, he has so much to do with a lot of the changes, a lot of the development of this map, and really the fact it's being played in UGC, it's very much Valen. But Nico Gems, he's a hell of an engineer, and we see there the gun goes down. So I'm wondering if there's a big advantage, and that'll affect how this point is held here, because now Nico Gem's going to have to fight to get his stuff back up. And I'm wondering, are they calling it out now? GC seems to be making this their push, because they know there's no gun. And look at this, little mini sentry coming up. Valen coming in behind, and we've got, look at this, we got the Uber. Oh, and going down is Liddy, though. Max picked out Liddy with a big headshot, and look at Blue swarming now. Looking real good for GC. Let's see what the time is through 3 points. And that's it. They obviously did it quicker. And so taking the first half of this match, Gentlemen's Club. GC.
I got to give big props to Mr. Ash. He was able to get on this little spot on this ledge just by the roof and was able to edge out getting out that sentry gun just before they made that push. I think that was really key in making that push and making that play work. That means the Uber that went in didn't have to concentrate on getting that gun down. All they had to do was just work on getting the power classes down and pushing that cart. Great play by Ash, great play by the Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I've really got to think that, I don't know, I mean, a lot of that may have come down to the engineers. I think the most important thing, though, comes down to the hold at that 3rd point that we saw by Gentlemen's Club back in the 1st round. And that, I guess, is sort of what enabled Gentlemen's Club to take that take that whole half, because I don't know, it was very difficult for SyOps to hold on and defend for that long. And so I think in this second half, as we get ready here and teams switch sides, we're gonna have to see some kind of big defense from the SyOps team. If they let GC take this second half, that's going to be the win for GC. And we talked about it. I think both of these teams finding these matches important now as we get closer to playoffs. I don't think either of these guys want to drop to 4-2. They want to go to 5-1. Sounds a lot better, doesn't it? That playoff positioning very important, isn't it, Colt?
I definitely agree, and it's very important in the playoff positioning. And Doug Fluties was just saying in the chat, why is it SYOPS? Why did I capitalize the O in SyOps? My apologies for that. I've reloaded it.
So if no one knew who the team was, it's SyOps. If you guys were all reading it and you didn't know what we meant, that's who it was. It's been SyOps this whole time, right here on X Television. If you guys are just tuning in, we want to welcome you. Thanks for coming on this bonus Sunday night, and I'm sure that's why Puddin' Cup and Arthur are wearing the bonus tag. That must be in reference to the fact that this is bonus TF2.
Yeah, they're really excited about getting TF2 on a Sunday night instead of Monday, so that's definitely a bonus for us all.
It's a huge bonus. It has nothing to do with the old Highlander team called Bonus, I'm sure. If you're not watching the Oscars and you're here in this place, you made the right choice. This is the big event. It's not quite the same as being there in person, like these 18 players, but you know, maybe we'll come out with that and we'll go to Borneo in person next season to cover these with eXtv. What do you think, Colt?
Well, I think if you feel like you're missing out on the Oscars, we can always go over the aesthetics of each TF2 player and talk about which designer item they're wearing.
Yeah, I mean, or we can talk about what else? Maybe best supporting actor. But how do you call out? I mean, there's no such thing as that. That's maybe not the best one. Best costume. What's the name of it? Costume design. Best costume design. Is that the Oscar? Yeah. Who would you give it to?
Best costume design? Well, let's flip through a few players here. Kuma's looking pretty stylish. Well, that's pretty boring. I'll go with Deadbolt. He looks very classy with the Kanye glasses and the top hat, but now he's dead. Doesn't look very good that way.
Now he's dead, and he will be missed. So we are just getting ready here for the second half, guys, and thanks again, like we say, for tuning in. We've got a kind of a different kind of a look on this GC team. They are in red right now. A lot of off-classing going on. They've got Arthur playing medic, tagged up as bonus ham. They have, what else? They have two heavies right now, but I think that's only going to be Kozin playing heavy. And a couple other things as well. Some different faces and some people you know, not doing the regular thing. But so far, they are in the lead. The Gentlemen's Club team, they've taken this first half, and it seems like they're a little more familiar on this map and maybe a little more comfortable and able to hold. So certainly, if they can pick up this second half, they're going to win it. They're going to go to 5-1, and it is setup time. We're in spawn, whipping people with whips, because that's what we do in our game here of Team Fortress 2. We whip people with whips, and we encourage it.
You need to get people in shape with that whip. It just kind of shifts their attitude to, you know, get going.
Yeah, when I have my kids and we're sitting in spawn with my real-life children, I think that that's what I'll do to get them to roll out faster. I don't have kids right now, but you know, when I have kids, I don't know. What age do you teach them rollouts?
I think about 5 or 6 is when you teach them rollouts. You
Yeah.
When they're in their bedroom and they need to get out to the kitchen to get some breakfast. I mean, you have the older sibling usually get out the whip and just, you know, take care of it. But I think before that age, it's safe for a parent to use their own whip, I think.
Yeah, so maybe I'll do it in real-life Borneo, but this is Borneo, the map. In TF2, it is the second half. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for making me the host of your day rather than Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen's great, but I don't know how well she understands the 3rd-point hold on Borneo. We tried to get her in, but she's busy tonight. And so, rolling out here, it's the team in blue. They are Gentlemen's Club, and leading the way is Mr. Valen himself, tagged up as Bathroom King. An interesting name. And they're not going to waste time. I think one thing that GC do really well is they really are pushing that card constantly as Max picks out Corsa there. And so Max, I think, may be continuing to win this sniper battle. Although Corsa, I've got to hand it to Corsa, who has gotten a lot of good picks as well. A lot of these classes have been very equal through this, but I think that payload is more of a team-oriented mode than a lot of other modes. Would you agree with that, Cole? It's more of a team game than maybe, you know, CP or even King of the Hill?
I would think yes, to make... Oh, I have to shut up for a second, because Doug Flutie's just got an amazing stab there on the bonus ham. That's not so much of a bonus for the hamster. But to get back to what you're saying, yes, I do agree. Depending on this map and type of choke points, teamwork is so much more key than, I'd say, something more like King of the Hill, where, you know, sometimes one player can shine a whole lot more, like the sniper, for, you know, to say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, on payload, everyone sort of has their roles, and, you know, I think this game mode sort of tends to favor organized pushes a lot more than, say, you know, good solo performances. As another big headshot there, that's Corsa, who picked out Enigma, tagged up as Woad Ash. This push, pretty convincing right now. I mean, look at this. We got Mr. Cozen as Heavy standing up there with his ball cap on, just kind of cutting down everyone that comes near, and we're going to be looking at a hell of a time. We may... Oh, look at that! Big headshot, or a body shot. Still works. Corsa, little 3K, picked out the medic before going down, but who cares? It worked out. We are going to get this cap, though. Minute 48. My goodness. What's that?
That's a pretty impressive cap time.
148, and so now a lot of this will come down to what are we going to see on the remaining points as Enigma blows up there. He got blowed up. You know, we've seen big defenses on 2nd and mostly on 3rd point. Do you feel like it'll come down to those points? 3rd, I guess, in this case?
Yeah, well,
Look at us, though. I mean, they're swarming. Maybe we're, you know, maybe they're forgetting almost the card exists. It's still back in the tunnel.
They did. They had to send their soldier back to jump for it.
Come on. So, yeah, it is finally now pushing the card along a little bit. And, you know, I mean, they want to push up forward and be real aggressive and do this, but they've got to push the card at the same time. And I'm looking now, Nico Jim's just kind of doing the same defense he did before, wondering if that'll be susceptible to being shot down, his gun there. The soldier did it last time, and he does it again. That's Ash.
So I'm just looking around a couple of cameras right now, trying to find the action as the, looks like Blue Uber is taken in on the short flank.
Yeah, and Uber popped back into retaliation, and the red team, that's SyOps, they want to try to keep this height advantage, but Engineer keeps losing all his stuff. Nico Jim's having a real tough time keeping stuff up. You got to give credit to the Gentlemen's Club team in the blue for taking it all down and sort of maybe, you know, getting the angles they need to you know, shoot guns down and so on. Right now, the cart just kind of stands still. We have another one of these kind of delaying, waiting moments.
Looks like we're having the same situation, just reversed as last time, as Gentleman's Club is having trouble pushing into this third point here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing that as well. It can be sort of a stally kind of thing. I mean, do you see any ideal spots? Do you agree with how Nico Jims is setting up, or do you think there are better defenses?
Well, let's see here. That gun up top looks like it's in a pretty prime spot to be avoided to be spammed from the soldier spot. Looks good. It's got that amazing height advantage. The 3-tiered height advantage is already killer enough for this point.
Yeah, and so still, and actually I want to just correct myself. I said that Wodash was Enigma, but it's not. I'm used to seeing Enigma tagged up as that, but it's Paragon, the other half of the twins on this team, Paragon and Deadbolt, and some action going on behind. I keep seeing Valen come in behind. He sneaks in every time, and he's... down goes Liddy. It wasn't Valen's fault, but 3 players up now for Red, and we might get this third point cap. They're kind of stacking, well, not so much stacking it, but it looks like they may get this. Red are trying to fall back now to last. Nico Jims is going to get this defense up. You got to build stuff, buddy. He's up on the barrels now, getting his stuff up. His little robot floaty friend with him, and it's going to be a rush. I think that these sort of pick classes and flank classes are going to start to do their thing real quick for GC. They're not waiting.
You know, I disagree just a little bit, and I'd give Nico Jims, or excuse me, Valen, just a little bit more credit for getting causing that distraction, caused the heavy and the medic to turn around and say, what? And then, yeah, blue team just came in, took care of the rest.
Yeah, he did. He seemed to have a knack sort of for coming in and maybe understanding that, you know, we see this new look Borneo map. It's kind of like a triple-decker thing now, and so when a team is holding up above, you can sneak in below, and that's what he's sort of been doing. Nico Jims now doing real good, going to get his level 3 up any moment here. There it is. There's the level 3. As the Uber already came in from blue, and they're going to try to make it happen maybe on this first Uber, but big picks coming out. Red doing it. Sharp Shot picked up a little 3K, I think. And now Nico Jims doing it, spying behind. And going down is Akuma. Max, though, got a headshot on Sharp Shot. You got sharp-shotted. Look at how close this card is, though. That's not far to go.
That's not far to go, but I wanted to make a comment about the blue team just getting outdid by the Dougie, as he took a little bit of that Uber from Ham there.
The Dougie. That's a new... Teach me how to dog floaties.
Yeah, teach me how to dog floaties.
The new dance craze coming.
Yeah.
And right now we look down on the card. Akuma wants to maybe sneak it in. Look at Akuma. Gets picked out right away, but I don't know. They're willing to do anything. This GC team. The card's just kind of sitting there right now, but it's not going backwards at least. I guess just trying to inch that card in. Big old wide open area. It's God. It makes my head spin how huge this last point is. It's not easy to come into, I don't think. Certainly in my experience playing. These are 2 great teams, but this is, you always get in on your first push here on last. Again, this is Borneo payload map, as we mentioned. This is the first round of the second half. First half went to Gentleman's Club. They're the guys in the blue. And right now they're just trying to get it together. Looks like they're coming in right side. Real early pop. Demo going to take that gun out, or try to right away, but he gets backed up. Real good push back, and that's Kapow, the red demo, who sort of bullied it away. And I don't know, blue kind of turned around here now as Gentleman's Club. I don't know if they can go with this. They've lost 4, including their heavy. Oh, and down goes Pudding Cup, and oh, and down goes Arthur. Corsa picks out Arthur with a big old shot. That's sniper rifle. And that's quite impressive. So we're going to be waiting here another little while at least. But remember that, you know, holding this last point, you know, once we switch sides, it can happen as well. So it'll be real interesting whether they cap last or not. I think this one is going to come down to the next round. We'll see. Have to see how the next round plays out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd love to see how this turns out. I'm thinking Akuma's counting on trying to spy cap that card as much as possible. Just keeps inching it a little bit more. Because I think a really important thing to do right now, if you're the blue spy, is red's going to be super aware. So the best thing you can do right now is just keep that card alive for the next push to come in.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys are not familiar, if you've never sort of played too much payload, once that card isn't touched for a certain period of time, it starts to move backwards. And so some of the blue players, if you come in and touch it, it'll stop it from going backwards. And it's called you know, we say it's resetting the card, and so it's been a great job by mostly Akuma, but some of the other guys doing that as well on blue. Look at this, he's just... Akuma's got brass balls, just kind of keeps coming on in and just, you know, trying to ride that card like, I don't know, and here comes Blue Uber now popping in. And they're going to try to get that gun, but Nico Gems, I've got to give the guy credit. He's been doing a fantastic job wrangling that gun, keeping it alive. And, I mean, it's still up. That's the first gun that he built. And he's taking Uber now. He earned it. Getting all the credit now. He's taking Ubers as an engineer. The cart now is still sitting there. Down goes Kozin and down goes Akuma. But Liddy goes down as well, and that's the red medic down. Blue's making this their push, looks like. They took the medic out, and that's the pick they wanted. Nice job by Cygnus, though, who came in, but now there's 2 players up for red. This might be the end of this round. Is it? Is this the end?
It looks like it might be the end.
Yes. Look at Kapow doing work. Look at Sharpshot doing work. Red team holding on. This SyOps team are not giving up.
Yeah, the hamster just came in trying to touch the card himself and actually made it away without without taking any damage at all.
SyOps really fantastic there, but oh, look at that! Akuma gets Liddy again.
That was huge.
Oh, Liddy, why? No, they're gonna try to make this it. I think that Gentlemen's Club were sort of salty that they didn't take it last time. They finally get it. 10-01. Make a wish. I don't know what that means. And so that is that round. We're going to switch sides now. And so the writing is on the wall here. And Gentlemen's Club know what they have to do. Basically, Gentlemen's Club have to hold on for longer than that. If they can sort of hold on at last, or if they can set up some kind of big defense, say at third point like we saw previously, it's going to be a real good situation for them.
Pretty exciting stuff. I can't wait to see if they pull this off, because I'd like to see a 1-1 decider for a final push.
Yeah,
third
absolutely.
round.
It would be great to see that. And so SyOps, they know what they have to do. They need to come out here and they need to get in quicker than 10:01. If they do that, they will force a third half. I never, you know, I'm not a math major, but I never understood calling it a third half. You know, how is that? It's not correct. That's more than a full.
I would say that I had a few conversations with some of the people at UGC on how they name those things. They call it a match round or a half, or it's the actual legal definition is match round.
The legal definition, and so
yes.
The UGC lawyers have determined that's going to be it. But the gates have dropped. We are underway here, and SyOps and Blue, it's all on them. Pressure is on all of them. Sharp Shot comes out of the gate doing some spy checking, and Heavy coming up right side is a little different. A little distraction play that Cygnus shut down at the left doors. Wodash on red, like we say, that is Paragon, one of the Wonder Twins on this team. Cart moving real good, and I've got to hand it to SyOps. They've done a fantastic job, but look, we got a guy named Maximilian waiting. Get a snipe here on the card. Is he going to do it, I wonder? I think he knows who he wants.
Yeah, I'm switching to his cam.
Mr. Max. Mr. Max.
Mr. Max, can you do it?
A lot cooler name than Maxwell, which is what I thought it was, but I was informed it's Maximilian.
Yeah, I think Maximilian's a cool name, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Maximilian's a lot cooler, I think.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Heavy now, doing a lot of work. It's Mr. Kozin, who you're used to seeing on Medic, and he gets headshot by Corsa, though. Great job by Corsa there. And they've done a great job of pushing up to this point, but the cart now stalling, and it looks like Mr. Bathroom King, Valen. Although Valen only running minis on this first point. And so no big old crazy gun here. So I think with enough of a push, a little organized push, I think SyOps can pull off this first point and get a good time. Really instrumental in how they play the rest of this round out. Red has Uber right now. And no! Down goes Arthur! Arthur went down. Arthur is playing the medic. He's tagged up his bonus ham. And he, you know, in my books, he just dropped an Uber. And here comes SyOps. So now the big thing for SyOps is going to be how quickly can they push up. And here comes, look at this, soldier coming. That's Tic Tac. I think that this blue team, SyOps, want to come up as quick as they can and shut down the defense at second if they can do it. And look at this, they've got a lot of players up already. That's heavy now. Oh, wow, big shot there. That's Sharp Shot, who I'll give him credit for the kill on Ash. Corsa picked out Valen. I don't think we're going to have a defense at second, Cole.
I don't think so either. They're already pushing up really far forward. Got a lot of power, a lot of damage coming up. It's just going to be a really tough defense to hold this off from second point.
My goodness. And so Dead Folks, who's playing demo, goes down. Tic Tac now going to try to do it himself. Oh, I don't know, though. We might see this little defense just in the nick of time. New York Knicks. It is the red team that is GC. And so maybe we spoke too soon. We might have a little defense. There's a sad piece of ham down on the ground here right by the second point. Anyhow, but I think that was the opening for SyOps that they needed. They had to get in there. And now look at this, coming right down the throat. Look at this. Taking Cozen in. My goodness, Arthur, what is going on here? They're just trying to ruin the lives of SyOps now? What is this all about?
Wow, huge save right there on Arthur. Or saving Arthur from their medic being down. I don't know if you're watching back by the first point. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. I followed him all the way back. And some shenanigans going on. And I don't know what I think of this. I think the GC need to kind of get back and maybe hang out around second a little more. But they just took it right down the gullet. And holding in this house now and really shutting down. Kind of a heartbreaker here for SyOps, who had second point almost capped. And now this cart's going to just roll on down.
Well, one of the things I think is really important in Highlander is establishing your confidence. If you flash your confidence a little bit and kind of make an unexpected move forward, it can really ruin another team's push. And as showcases right now, cart hasn't been reset in almost 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was smart of GC to get back, because when you push all the way back like that, all the way back to a team spawn, you're leaving yourself really open to a back cap. And it was lucky that SyOps wasn't able to get, say, a scout or a spy back behind to just kind of get the cap. But we've got now, got Mr. Nico Jims trying to do it, but here comes the Uber. I don't know, I mean, they shut down the cart push, that's important. Oh, but look at that, Doug Fluties, my man. Blue Spy picks out Cozen, the big fat man, in the game, not in real life. I'm sure he looks fantastic in real life. And this cart's sitting here, but it was reset. It's no longer rolling back. It's I think it's caught up in body parts is the problem. It can't move right now.
Yeah, it's definitely stuck on some body parts right now.
Yeah, and so, I think that we're starting to run out of time here. This SyOps team, writing is on the wall, certainly, and they have about 5 minutes left. They've got to cap all the rest of these points. And time's starting to run out. They want to get this second cap as quick as they can, and they want to start wiping players off of this Borneo map. They want to kill them. They want to keep killing them. They can't seem to get this together, and so they looked so good at the start on this second point, but I don't know if they've been able to organize it well enough to, they're still just here by this rock.
They did. I think they lost a lot of their momentum, not able to make a couple of plays after they pushed some of their power players up. I think their heavy was a little bit out of position.
Oh, Smacks picks a headshot out there, and we've got Uber's exchanged, and I think that, nice flashing around, actually. A lot of credit to Liddy there. But still, cleaning up this point, we're going to call it just a reset for Team Blue. And now 4 minutes and about 10 seconds left to go. And I don't know. We have Spy way in behind. Dog Floaty is going to make something happen. Goes for the heavy, gets Cozen, picks him out. But I don't know. I mean, that's obviously a big heavy class down, but SyOps starting to run out of time here. I'm wondering if they're almost getting a little discouraged here that they're having all these pushes shut down, and that can really play with a team's mind, can't it?
That can play with a team's mind, and that can ruin the team's confidence if they're having trouble pushing.
I mean,
and
here now. What are you seeing?
Sorry to shout there, but Akuma just got a really big pick on Lydia. Yeah.
Oh my God! And I wasn't looking, but that is a big pick. But now blue team losing a lot. What I was going to say, Cold, is that SyOps finally picked up the second point, but pretty much all of both teams were still up. So SyOps, they knew they were going to run into a wall of red here, and that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah,
Scout,
I definitely
trying to
agree.
make a play. Oh my goodness, so that was Milo trying to make a play for the med, but Arthur's staying up. And we're looking at 3 minutes to cap all the rest of the points here in order to force a third half. And if they can't do it, Gentleman's Club is going to take this and move to 5-1.
That's right.
Uber's pop now. Here we go. We've got Mr. Arthur coming in and trying to push up the stairs here. Keeping people up. A lot of the work being done here right now by the Heavy. That is Sharpshot. Sharpshot's had a pretty good match actually all around. A lot of these SyOps players have. I don't think it's anyone in particular who's maybe not pulling their weight. I just think that, I talked about it earlier, this is more of a team-oriented map. You have to have team sort of organized pushes. And I just think that GC has been playing better as a team unit so far. That's my view on it.
Well, I think that speaks to our discussion, what we had earlier about their roster changes, excuse me, and how that was going to affect their team play tonight. And you made a comment about them just being all-around good players anyways. I think that's a big showcase of that right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing sort of a non-standard lineup. We don't know if this is temporary or what's going on. A lot of kills going down here. We saw, well, both medics are still up. We've got WoW is being called out. Red team is in a real great position here. They have a bit of advantage because they do have Uber, but look at good pressure from SyOps, and Corsa's sneaking up, trying to get a little sneaky headshot. Ooh, not going to get her for right now, though, and back in comes Red. So GC now doing this thing that they've done sort of for a while now, which is kind of bring the fight back down the throat of the blue team.
Hey, just wanted to point out something interesting I saw in the chat. Someone says that Wood Ash is Ruin.
Huh.
The scout
I don't know
there.
If that's, I'm not sure if that's accurate. We thought it was Enigma first, because Enigma's been using that name, and we're informed then it was Paragon. Who knows? People like to off-class. We're going to just call him Wodash.
Okay.
We understood it was Paragon. Who knows? You know, when everyone uses the same name, it's something. But we have in blue the SyOps team trying to put it together. They've got less than a minute now, and it is starting to look dire. But they want to try to get here a push together if they can. Gonna have to go without Uber, I think, Cole.
I think so too. Like 45 seconds left is kind of make this your last push and make it a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the more players they can wipe down, as Sharpshot there picks Max out, I think that SyOps want to try to build off of this, and they're pushing up a little bit. Heavy comes around the corner. Sharpshot there doing a great job. And cleaning it up. Going to get this cap. And holding on to Uber right now. There's 4 players up for Red. 3 now. 2 players up. What is going on here? We're going to have a finish. Look at this. If they can throw off the defense of Red, oh my goodness, we might have a third half here on our hands. We've got 4 on the cart. Look at this. Cart's coming in.
Oh, wow.
This might
oh, wow. Please do this. Please pull this off.
Look how close of a finish it was, Cold.
Just a few seconds too late. What an end.
And so in the end, Gentlemen's Club do pull out the victory by a margin of, I mean, I don't want to use hammer units, but we'll call that, what, about 10 feet.
Sure.
Forcing a third half. Just a super close finish. SyOps getting their push together and getting it moving, but maybe too little too late in the end. And we have the stats, link to the stats were posted. Do we want to have a look at that as well?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me pull that up. Let me get that link copied here.
Yeah, so Cole's going to pull up the stats here. Really close, and I think a lot of people there probably were thinking we were going to see a third half here. I think it's unfortunate for SyOps, though, that they got it going so late in the match. Gentlemen's Club, of course, then take, I mean, that's their second half in a row. They sweep this, and so Gentlemen's Club are going to move to 5-1. SyOps are going to be 4-2 on this bonus UGC Sunday evening. And do we have the stats? I'm just pulling it up myself, actually.
I was just going to ask you, can I get a link, Getawhale?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, let's... I'm copying it from chat. I'm used to having a... Just a second here.
I'm scrolling up and down, and I don't see it. It might be because my browser's kind of messed up right now. It's messed up Twitch chat for me. Doug Fluties, we're not retarded. Don't call us that.
Dropping R-bombs. The link is there. So I am looking at this, looking at these stats.
Did you post that link to Twitch chat?
No, in Mumble.
Oh. Oh, I see. Thank you.
And so, you know, I mean, I see a couple standouts actually, but most important things that I'm seeing here is I'm looking at the Uber drops were actually 3-2, which is actually sort of even. Get damage as well. I mean, Max just basically went on a rampage. Max with 27 kills continues to dominate the UGC Platinum division, and just kind of, I don't know, have his way with so many of these players in this Plat division. A really strong night for Max that can be the difference maker. Corsa, I mean, Corsa had a fantastic night as well, but sort of dominant was Max. I mean, I don't know if there were any super highlight solo performances other than that. I just think that in terms of the team game, Gentlemen's Club played a lot better this evening. Maybe not a lot better, but they certainly seem to have the edge. And they, I mean, I think that's what happens when you're on these payload maps, especially a wide open one like Borneo. It is the team game, and I think that'll be something for us to look for the rest of this week as we see other matches. What do you think, Cole?
Well, I'm looking at the stats here, and you know, it looks like for a lot of the people on SyOps they either had more kills or did more damage, and yet it just didn't seem like, just as you said, they didn't have some kind of team effort to get those pushes through. Even though that second round came down just seconds away from turning it into a third one, I think that's just how close and evenly matched these teams are.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we were that close to a third half, but I guess we're going to call that one in the books. The first Plat match on Borneo this week, as we have our Oscar night special here. Gentlemen's Club finally do take the victory, and I think that that might be it for us. Cole, do you have any shoutouts, sir?
I want to give a shout out to one of my old favorite medics, Chunk, and my old favorite engineer, Will. They're part of my old team, Back at Butchers. I love those guys very much.
Nice. And Cole, we want to say thanks for coming and doing this cast tonight. Cole, you do so much of our production work, sir, but we never get to hear you talk too much, and so it's nice to have you on the microphone tonight. It was nice for a change, and we had a pretty good match, luckily for both of us, I guess.
It was, yeah, very fortunate to get a good match, and fortunate for me, Eckstein was walking by my cage and just happened to drop the key, so I was able to unlock myself and get out for a little while, and actually grabbed his mic, and here I am, so thanks for having me.
Yeah, perfect. We want to remind you guys as well to come tune into X Television tomorrow evening for our regularly scheduled UGC action, because we are going to be doing another match tomorrow evening. It's going to be at 9:30 Eastern. It's going to be in this same exact place, X Television. So come join us for that. Don't forget 9 and Out, the Highlander video podcast, coming up on Tuesday night as well. That'll be here as well on X Television. But that is it for us. We want to thank you guys for joining us here for this Plat action, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Yeah.